the moment they started realizing that there was a market, let's just be real, a market for this kind of thinking, and also the moment developers realized that beyond the market, it was a selling point. There is no question about it that smart buildings, energy, high efficiencies, high performing buildings are actually a benefit to the user because they sustain business, because they sustain comfort. If buildings are a little bit smarter in how they utilize energy, or how they collect energy, or they collect water, it's interesting. It becomes actually a return investment. Institutional buildings started going there before because, again, they own their buildings, a return investment. They're looking 20, 30 years ahead. And you would say, well, developers are not in that side of the spectrum. They're thinking of the 1-year return on investment, or even the 5-year return investment. And I'm certain that people would think, oh, well, there's in construction, when you start bringing either photovoltaics or any kind of other sort of, I don't know, strategy to create high performing buildings that are out there on the market, the return investment is longer than a 5-year. However, high-performing buildings don't need to just be layered with these strategies. Sometimes it's just good design, and it's about, how do you design your skin? How do you position your building on a site? What kind of attributes are out there that are actually low cost and smart investment? This idea that there's this market and this inevitability about people wanting to be in high performing spaces because it's comfort or because it's business, it's out there. It's a new day. It's certainly not about, oh, I don't believe, or I believe in climate change. It's actually an imperative in business now. Corporations are doing it. We just finished the headquarters of the Americas for American Express here in Sunrise, and their commitment to healthy buildings is a priority because they get return on investment from their employees. I mean, it's a healthy building, it's a smart building. Employees are actually proud and willing and wanting to go to these workplace environments, and what happens? It's better retention, better recruitment. So it's a business model. It's part of their criteria. And when you see such leaders in the industry, and we see it with L'Oreal too. We just finished a building in L'Oreal in Rio de Janeiro, and it's a innovation center. But it's their business imperative to make it not only somehow off the grid to some extent, but it's actually it's an imperative from their marketing perspective. So it's an interesting evolution. It's no longer about whether you believe or not in climate change. It's actually a business proposition at this time, and we are certainly dealing with a new generation, a new set of issues. You will see that more and more sort of permeating the design industry. You're seeing it in car industry. You're seeing it in manufacturing industries. I mean, they're certainly understanding that that it's not a choice.